Now, back here at home, the Department of Justice released footage yesterday of a retired Special Forces officer hitting a police officer in the eye with a flagpole, then lobbing it at the officer during the January 6th Capitol attack. The video shows Jeffrey McKillop, a retired Green Beret, emerging from the mob of President Donald Trump's supporters to jab at a D.C. Metro police officer in the face with the flagpole before hurling it at him like a spear. The Department of Justice has charged McKillop with assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers with a deadly weapon and violent entry, arguing in court documents, quote, the defendant assaulted multiple sworn officers protecting the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, with the apparent intent to facilitate the breach that imperiled not only the lives of public servants, but the heart of this nation's democracy. According to the Army Times, McKillop worked as a contractor for the CIA as recently as 2018. He pleaded not guilty, but was denied bond. So, Jonathan Lemire, we're getting this steady stream of videos coming out publicly, concurrent with the establishment of the Select Committee in Congress, which will hold its first hearings next week. It seems to me, it seems like to a lot of people that some of these videos and some of the people we're hearing about in these videos will become witnesses and evidence in front of this committee.
Willie, I think that's right. And first, we should just note the preponderance of seemingly ex-Army, ex-police, ex-law enforcement officers who were part of this mob that stormed the Capitol that day, which certainly has worried authorities and led to real questions about, exactly how those bodies should continue going forward after something like this. But in terms of the Select Committee next week, you're right. I think we'll see some of them as witnesses. And it remains remarkable that seemingly by the day, we have more horrifying and harrowing video footage that emerges from what happened on January 6th. But one questions whether or not it will change the proceedings at all once the Select Committee goes. We know the Republicans, Leader McCarthy, just put his picks in place. We don't believe that House Speaker Pelosi will object. And some of the Republicans on board, 3 of them, voted to not certify Joe Biden's election. Jim Jordan, the congressman from Ohio, was one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters. And I think that there's a real fear that it will be sort of a sham proceedings, at least from the Republican side, when it starts next week.
Between this, Jonathan Lemire and Willie, and the COVID, the Delta variant, we're seeing, several lines of lies, all pointing to one cause, and that would fall under the umbrella of Trump conspiracy theorists that have really, really promulgated situations like this. In both cases, deadly. And the question to our leaders in Washington is, what side of this do you want to be on?